Hey, hey, hey! Welcome to the Curious Indian podcast. This is a Christian lifestyle podcast where we share opinions or I get opinions on different views of life or different aspects of life. And I share what other people would say, what you might be thinking. I share my opinion and overall the main person, God. So welcome to this episode and I hope you enjoy it. Hello. Hi. How are you? How was your week? How was, the month of February so far? How was Valentine's Day? Were you like me where I was free that day, but I was also not free in my head? Guys, that day was just another day that passed by. But it was nice. I got to take advantage of the day and just say I love you to some people and all that, but that's on my side, right? So how about you? Did you do anything special that day, or was it just like another Wednesday where you just go to work, or you went to school, or you prepared for an exam? Just share your thoughts, okay? Just tell me on our social media page. All right then. Let's just jump right into it. Today's episode is quite unusual because I wanted it to not be, I didn't want to like be the norm, like okay, just take advantage of, February is like regarded as a love month and then everything we'll talk about will be love. So I wanted to be different, but it was just heavy on my heart to talk about it. The first episode we did in February was about different views on love, what people or what group of people society defined love as, what they saw love as. And while studying on it, while researching on it, I could see that they all in the end saw love as something that was deep, an affection, as something worth it. Okay, remember one of the view by the philosopher was like the desire to be desired irresistibly, like you want to be wanted. So it just got me that everybody deserves to be loved, everybody deserves to be cared for, to be given affection. So I studied on the different views and I got to find out the biblical view, the true view. Okay, let's not even go biblical right now. Like the true view of love, which were the characteristics I laid out, the last ones, that love is kind, love is, not arrogant or rude. And so, what exactly, or where exactly can we find this love? Because it's true. I'll talk to friends and they're like, why do they always fall for the wrong guys? Why are they always finding it difficult to find this love? Why are they finding it difficult to be in love? Or you would see people that would think this is it. They've gotten to their bus stop and then 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, it's over. I hate hearing breakup stories. I'm not a fan of finding out that somebody did something and they started a relationship and then it ended down the drain because one person, in quotes, fell out of love. Or love couldn't hold the relationship anymore. Yeah. So I believe that love is really a lot, because the word love is just us trying to put a cap on something, on a container that has a lot inside. So meaning that love is really, really not just an affection, not just an emotion. It's really big. Because if Paul could say out of all these 3 things, which was like faith, hope, and love, he was still saying love is the greatest. I do believe if we respect such a man, that really just depends on you now. So if you don't respect him, no problem. But if you respect such a man, you would know that he won't make such a statement lightly. So I really thought about this. Man, really, see, most of the podcast episodes that come out, or sometimes some episodes I talk about, they're not necessarily something I'm now just thinking about them, something that I've mulled over, something I have researched on, something I've discussed with people, at least, or it just, really, really struck me. But then I get a title towards the making of the episode. So I write them down and I think about them and I pray over them. So this one is really about love finding you, or you finding love. Is that like the real sense of it? Do we go in search of love? Like there's a part in Proverbs that say wisdom calls out in the streets. Wisdom calls out that anybody who wants should come. So that's the character of wisdom, or God's wisdom. It's there, it's available. It's just for you to ask for it, to search for it, and you would get it. Now, love seeks. I think there's a philosopher view that says that too, that love seeks. In the real sense of it, the truth is actually that love finds you. Not necessarily you go out there and you're like, oh, is this the girl? You're finding the love. I'm trying to tell you now that the phenomenon, the emotion in quotes, the word, the action, whatever it encompasses, if we're trying to put love as a human figure now, love finds you. Most of the deep love stories I have heard or have seen are like, I did not know I would love her this much. But a lot of people who started out relationships without, in quotes, being in love, but if they're right for each other, end up, maybe they started with commitment and intimacy, then they find out they have passion for each other. That happens. But I want to go with this opinion that love finds you. And so we should really relax and just do what we do and love others. You be the one giving out the love for other people to find. You will find your love. Now, the Bible says he loved us first, even while we were yet sinners. Another part of verse of the Bible says God loves the world so much that he sent his only son. You would see repeatedly how much the Bible explains to us that God already loved us before we started to love him, because he is love. If God is the epitome of love and he already seeks you out before you even begin to seek him, and then when you finally seek him, all it says is that if you love me, obey my commandments. So it's like telling you that if you love someone, there has to be an action following it. So he loved us. Now, he's not just saying it with words. He comes to the world to save us. So when you want to love somebody, when you say you love somebody, look at the beginning. Were you running after the person based on the appearance? Were you running after the person based on personality? There is something that calls you out. There is something that seeks you out. There is something deeper that makes you stay. When you love a person, really love a person, and you find it is not a big bowl of, I can't sleep, I can't breathe. Like, that's not the first thing for real love that you would experience. You would experience an inner peace. You experience an inner satisfaction. If you're going on 2 months, 3 months, and you are not feeling these things already, like you're not at peace with this person, you're constantly worried about what people would say and all that. I am not trying to say like let other people detect or define what you should be feeling. I'm just trying to show you that when those things are happening, you can always take a step back and just meditate, mull over it. Now, love requires a great amount of time. Love requires pruning and tending and taking care of it. When it finds you, when it believes that, okay, it seems like this is the home I should come. I'm talking about a relationship between you and another person, because love is too big for us to say that is just the way love is. So there's love between your family members, there's love between your parents, there's love in all that. I'm just trying to now narrow it down to love between a man and a woman who want to, be big, want to go all the way. So if love decides to come to you because he has found you, maybe you saw this lady and you prayed about it and you just know that she ticks off everything. Basically, it's like her love radar or love aura is now meeting yours. So it's like both of you are at the point where you agree. Now, love is a sacrifice, love transforms, but the love that you would feel for that lady is not going to be the same love you would expect to feel in 3 years, 4 years time. Why? Because the love has to grow. Love grows. Love grows. I was listening to a message recently about Adam and Eve, about their love. After they chased them out, though, basically Eve has done wrong, right? And God was like, you did this, you did. They left. They were chased out of their home. They left their home. They had to be some punishment. They left their home. They gave birth, fine. He knew his wife. After that whole, he still slept with her. Then later, their children, one killed the other, one was sent away, wandered the earth. And yet again, he knew his wife. Meaning, there was such a commitment between them, the covenant between them, that, regardless of what we're going through, we would still be with each other. So coming back to now our modern age, a man and a woman, you seek each other, your love finds each other, and then you start to grow. I'm trying to let you know that if your relationship is not growing in terms of your love, your intimacy, your spirituality, if nothing is growing, or if at least 70 to 90% of whatever you started with is not growing, you need to check back. You need to meditate, because love grows. Love is sacrifice. Love is a choice. You need to choose to accept. It will find you, but you need to choose to accept. Sometimes love does not design itself in the prettiest clothes and the fanciest hair and all that makeup, and sometimes it's a natural beauty that radiates from within, and you just know. Somehow we always have specs. That's what I'm trying to tell you now. So we ladies, we men, women, humans, it's allowed to have standards, but then there are standards and then there are specs. I have a standard of who I want to be with, meaning there are certain things that cannot be negotiated, which is like his faith, his values, his beliefs. Does he want to grow? How well does this person wish to be, teachable? Like someone who would like to learn, because I don't want a person who comes into the relationship believing he knows it all. Okay? So now that is my standard. But my spec could be, oh, he has to be dark, fine, rich, handsome, all those type of things. I believe specs are not natural, are not necessarily needed to hold. You don't need love. Love does not work in spec. So what I'm trying to say is that your spec might not be designed or might not be the real love you want. But love has standards. Love has a character that it follows. And I've said it in the former episode. It is kind. It is not arrogant. It is not selfish. It is not proud of wrongdoings. Instead, it speaks the truth. It is not envious. If your love does not cover those areas, then that is not love. Love really does transform humans. I mean, I myself was, before I started being in a relationship, I was someone that was always like chatty, or someone that, not necessarily like to call all the time. I wasn't a call everyday person. I see that a lot in a lot of people. They're like, me, I cannot do this, so me, I cannot do that. When you are in real love, when you're in true love with someone, you change. Not that you change to a bad person, you become a better version of yourself. You do certain things that if you were not in that relationship, which is a good relationship, you would not do. And so you find yourself calling this person every day because you want to know about his whereabouts, you want to know how he is, you want to know how he's feeling. You become someone who can be corrected. Me, before, whenever I'm corrected, I used to be vexed, I did not like it. But then you become someone who can be corrected. And you become someone that can listen, that can be teachable. You become someone that starts to care about other people's feelings. That is exactly what love does, guys. So I'm just really telling you the beauty. Of course, love is not for that man and woman love. It's not for everybody, because you must be a man, and you must be the woman to find yourselves and start a real relationship where God is the center of it. You need to cross some certain things on yourself. You need to be 100% full for you to meet 100% person. I don't believe in half-halves, no. So you need to be who you were meant to be, and then find someone, like the love in you, find someone who can help you complete that mission together, because love meets purpose. So like love is just very big. I'm very sure I'm going to save the next love topic again for the next February. I don't know, but yeah, I think I'm always going to be talking about love in February, except if like maybe someone is like, oh, does money change love? See, love is really, really, really big. And that's why you can't be the one going in search of love, in quotes. Like girls who they say have daddy issues. They are always trying to look for the love to fill that space. No. Love will find you. Love in someone will find you. If you keep going to search for that love, I'm trying to put all this in quotes so that you would not take the real sense of in search. Like, oh, okay, so are you trying to say I should just sit down in my house and love will come and find me? No. I'm trying to tell you that when you're in that position, when you're doing what you need to do and working in the purpose you're supposed to work in, the aura or the love container in it and the right person for you will find you. Wherever, whatever, it will find you. Because God loved us and God found us and God wanted to save us after creating us. And He sent His solution for it. And it's the same thing with the love between a man and a woman. When it's time, when they meet, they would know. I don't believe you need to taste or you need to experience 4, 5, 6 different relationships for you to find the right person. I believe if there's intentionality in yourself growing, in you being who you need to be, and you praying about it deliberately, God will answer. And you know how God is very patient, right? And love is patient. So if you're going to want to be praying about the man of your dreams, in quote, you can always start by when you're really small. Of course, it will not be your priority prayer, but it's something you should pray about. You can start praying about it 14 years. I started praying about the man I wanted to marry from the time I took my purity challenge. This was like when I was a teenager. And when I started being intentional when I wanted to date was when I turned 22. And I remember, I would never forget my dad telling me that 2022 is a whole year. So a lot can happen in a whole year. And I met the person I was going to marry when I turned 23, which was like, okay, so like you turn 22 September 6, maybe 2005. So September 6, 2005 to September 6, 2006 is your whole 22. You turn 23 September 6, 2006. And I found the person I was going to marry that same 2006, but it had passed my birthday. So I technically I still saw it as me finding the person I was going to marry, right? In the same span. But I'm just trying to let you know that love finds you. Love is not a static, like it doesn't stay in one place. It grows, which means when you finally love a woman or you finally love a man, it should not be the same love you had for him 2 months that will be the same love this like 4 or 5 years. If things are happening to reduce the love, always take a step back. Talk about it. Honey, I think the way I loved you before, something is happening. Maybe you're annoying me. So there's always a block. Like there's always something that wants to stop good things from happening. Okay. So it happens. That's why life is so unfair sometimes and life has its challenges. But as a child of God, you're able to navigate it. So anyway, if you're in a relationship and you're not finding it easy, you're not finding that you love this person as much, if you have already passed the talking stage where you're supposed to have noticed all these things, sometimes I can come for you guys, all you people that say, oh no, talking stage, you're just asking about what's your favorite color when you're supposed to be having deep conversations. I wouldn't even start a talking stage with you if I did not believe you had 70% of my standards. That's me. Because giving your heart to someone, your body and soul to someone requires a lot. And I really want we human beings, men and women, to start using our heads more. Okay, so that's a conversation for another time. But yeah, we should really accept it now that love finds a person. And love only finds the qualified person, someone who knows how to handle it. Because love can be volatile sometimes. It's a very fragile something too. That love has many sides. Imagine how someone that loved the person began to hate the person. That was like Tamar and Aminadab also. Can't remember. Absalom's sister was raped by King's son. The Bible really has a lot of stories to help. But yeah, so love can also turn to hate so fast if it's not in the right container, if it's not found by the right person. Love goes around in a person, in a container, and then if the wrong person finds it, opens the cap, like removes it, spills it out, that bottle will break and that person has to start all over again to build love. It's a lot. Okay, till next time, thank you for listening to this podcast. Bye. Till next time, this is the Curious Intent podcast. Like, share, follow, comment, DM. Bye. God bless you. See you later on the next episode of Curious Intent. Bye.